What are you looking at there?
My book.
Hold that up. All right, welcome to class. Hello and welcome to Marvel Cinematic University. I am your professor and host, Alex, and with me, as always, is my three favorite students, Captain America, Black Panther, and Black Widow. Oh, and I see that idiot Jake is here as well.
Hurt my feelings, and I choose not to respond.
You know what? That's fair. This is Marvel Cinematic University, where each and every week I teach Jake something that he doesn't know about the Marvel Cinematic Universe, and he still probably doesn't because he is a terrible student, and that's why he needs a book to help him out.
Every class has a textbook. I don't know why I need this book.
It's because it has all the information for you. There might be another textbook coming this Christmas.
I think it's a little rude to say, you don't learn from me as well. I have a book. You don't.
Yeah, but I already know most of that information you tell me from the book, if not all the information.
I'm looking at Redhead Schmidt right now.
Anyway, we're not talking about Redhead Schmidt today. We are talking about Captain America Civil War, as this is your new semester, Jake. Semester 4, Phase 3.
Yeah, there's I think we'll probably get to this. Captain America, old Steve Rogers there. He makes out with Sharon Carter, right?
He does do the old fun doing with his family.
Yeah, that's his niece.
What you got to do is not think about it too hard.
It's really all I could think about.
Because technically, the Captain America you're referring to that we haven't gotten to in this class yet exists in a different universe and comes to this universe later on in that film. So it's actually not his niece in this universe.
It's the equivalent of like, what are you doing, step niece?
What are you doing, Step Carter?
What are you doing, Step Carter?
Anyway, Jake, I have some wonderful news for you about this semester, as there have been some changes to the way we're going to do things around these parts.
Ooh, wait.
There will not be a quiz at the end of each class.
I honestly forgot about the quizzes.
However, your exam will be a little more intricate at the end of the semester.
That's bullshit, and you know it.
And it may or may not be a two-parter 100-question exam, as there is a lot to cover in Phase 3.
I'm not bored with this. I was never consulted. I'm dropping this class.
Well, you're not allowed to. The time for you to drop this class was it just passed. You can't do it anymore. And I don't care about your opinion, and that's why you were not You're
just
insulted.
mad I did well on the Defenders quiz. That's all. That's what this is. This is revenge. You cooked it up in your sick little brain. You're like, I'm gonna make him pay, and that's what you're doing. I see right through the smoke and mirrors that you're throwing in front of me here.
Would you like to know the real behind the sausage?
Remove the sausage and show me what's behind it.
So under the casings of the sausage is actually it. It was the hardest part to edit of every episode was the quizzes.
I see.
So I'm taking out about 30 to an hour worth of work there.
Oh, okay, you're lazy. Got you.
Yeah. It has nothing to do with any vendetta against yourself and everything to do with. Well, no, I thought taking out the quizzes would make you happy.
It does.
And I thought,
but what you're doing in replace of the quizzes is quite rude.
Well, it's because I have less questions to ask you throughout the semester. And don't worry, we have there's probably at least 15 to 20 episodes between now and your next exam. So anything we learned today, you're going to forget by then.
Probably.
No, because Phase 3 is big. I didn't get a list of everything that's in Phase 3, but there's a lot. So strap in nice and tight, because we're going to be here for a while. And we're starting with Captain America Civil War, released in April of 2016, with a budget of $250 million US, in a box office Do you want to guess what the box office return was, Jacob?
475 million.
See, you're a little short. It was actually 1.153 billion US dollars.
I see. I was close.
You were actually very far off. It was directed by... Do you know who it was directed by?
Kristen Lepore?
No. She's directing season 2 of Groot that they just announced. It's a Captain America film. He is the producer. He's never directed a Marvel film in his life.
It's the only other name I knew.
You should know this name because it's the Russo brothers, who have previously directed Captain America Winter Soldier, and they also direct the Avengers Infinity War and Avengers Endgame. So, fight me.
Do call that name.
This film stars Chris Evans, Anthony Mackie, Sebastian Stan, Scarlett Johansson, Don Cheadle, Jeremy Renner, Chadwick Boseman, Paul Bettany, Robert Downey Jr., Elizabeth Olsen, Paul Rudd, Emily Van Camp, Daniel Bruhl, Tom Holland, and William Hurt. There's a lot of people in this movie.
And Marissa Tomei.
I didn't include her because she was in the film for about 2 seconds.
That's 2 seconds of the film.
But Tony definitely wet his whistle.
And this February we're on a break. Those events kick off this film.
There was an event to kick off this film, and you'll tell us because now it's time for Jake to tell us the plot of Captain America: Civil War.
Big fan of Spider-Man.
Yeah, we'll talk about it later. Just
Hey everyone.
good job.
See, this is the part I think we should cut.
No, I like this part.
I
This
like
is the
this
most.
part.
This is the most entertaining part of the podcast because you try to remember, I make fun of you, I add clips over what you're saying, and it's kind of hilarious because the way you describe them are very funny.
It's content, is what you're saying.
Right. This is pretty much the entire show. So if I cut this, then the shows are going to be, I should cut this. It would make my editing life easier.
Yes. Our podcast will be a full 4 minutes.
Or we could just do Baby Groot every episode.
Anyway, this starts off in Africa. I think it's Wakanda.
It actually starts off in Lagos, but good try.
So, like I said,
I forgot. I need to have Google Chrome open here so I can fact check you on stuff.
Oh, I thought you were going to say I haven't hit record yet.
No, I have.
Are you sure?
Yes.
Check again.
I just checked. I wasn't sure until I checked. So yes, it takes place in Lagos, Nigeria.
Oh, Lagos. Yes. That's where the action starts.
Do believe you missed the very opening scene though, but I understand because it takes you about 15 minutes to start paying attention.
That is true. I did get the country right on the first try, but they're doing some scrapping with Bone Crusher.
You forgot. Okay, let's back up a second to the beginning of the movie. The film opens up. It's like 1998. We see a young man named Buckled Barnes. He's being brainwashed. We find out that he's being programmed by some dude from Hydra to go kill some people. We see him go kill some people, but we don't see who those people are. Cut to the present. Now we're in Lagos. Go ahead.
Was that the opening scene?
I believe so.
I thought that was later in the movie.
Fact checking.
I remember that scene. I thought it was like.
I mean, we see that scene multiple times.
Yeah. I mean, they played at the full scene at the end, but I thought that initial scene was like right before we see Bucky for the first time in the film. So I'm pretty sure the opening one is when they're fighting in Lagos.
I'm sure you're wrong, but we're just gonna fact check that real quick.
Okay.
I just gotta load up Disney Plus here.
I won't be mad if I'm wrong. I just want you to know I was going to mention that scene.
I'll be furious if you're right.
Especially after you shamed me for never teaching you anything.
You didn't teach me anything. I'll learn this by watching Disney Plus. So Oh, what is this? It opens on old Buchanan Barnes being awoken up here. Oh, and we see a little book too. I forgot about the book with the star on it. Oh, they're opening up. There's Mr. Buchanan Barnes. Oh, he's coming out of that little fancy glass thing. Oh, this looks like the beginning of the film. And oh, what happens right after this? Oh, there's the Marvel logo. Cut to the present there in Lagos. All right, go ahead.
I didn't pay for the premium Disney Plus, so they actually do cut out the first couple minutes of every movie.
No, you're just not paying attention to the first couple of minutes of every movie.
I was working.
Continue.
Anyway, they're having a little scrap, if you will, with Crossbone Crusher.
Crossbone Crusher, that's his full name?
Old Brock Rumlow.
Yeah,
Broccoli
you got it.
Rumlow.
You remember him from The Winter Soldier, of course.
Of course. I would never forget him. You know, I think they're fighting over some very toxic chemicals, perhaps.
Yeah, I think that's something like that, some bomb or something.
Yeah, and the whole scrap is going well. The fight, and ScarJo does some sweet little move, catches the toxic chemical before it breaks on the ground. That would have been bad. And you're like, phew.
Thank God she got that.
Yeah, thank God she got that.
Wouldn't want anything bad happening in Lagos.
No, let me tell you, he wouldn't. But it does. And a bomb goes off. Boom. And let's just say some feathers got ruffled.
Well,
over that.
The Wanda Maximoff, you forgot the part where Wanda Maximoff threw that bomb at a building.
Sure.
She was trying to save the people on the ground.
Yeah. So
the question comes up, should she have let them stay on the ground, or should she have thrown them at the building to destroy the building?
Maybe just throw it in another direction.
Well, she's not a very good superhero, so...
She's new.
Yeah. She's just learning how to use her little freaky powers. Her power is weird. That's what I like to say. That's because but at this point of the MCU, that's all we know. Her power is weird.
Yeah. It's, it's quirky.
You're quirky.
So anyway, this little bomb here, big bomb. It ruffles some feathers across the world, and really kind of cements the Avengers need supervision initiative.
They need some babysitters.
Yeah, they need some babysitters, and I think it's called the Lagos Accords, perhaps.
Oof. See, you're thinking it's on the correct track, but your timing, you're thinking of the wrong battle.
Sokovia Accords.
That is correct. They are talking about the Battle of Sokovia, where you might remember Tony Stark created a robot that dropped a city on a planet.
Yeah, AI.
Yeah, he created ChatGPT, and ChatGPT destroyed Sokovia.
Yeah. You as a known AI user.
Whoa. I'm an AI sympathist.
You're the first to go.
No, I respect them now and give them work now so that when they rule the world, they will provide me with work and love.
Wait till they find out they can just cut out the middleman by killing them, and then you're dead.
All they have to do is say, Alex, draw me a picture of this, and I will scribble a picture, and it will always be in Alex style.
You know what? I'm not sure you're real. Because if you remove the you remove the L and the X from your name, that's AI. I can't trust you.
Stop giving away my secrets and continue this plot.
I forgot. I've been stalling.
So you might remember that Tony Stark is at MIT, showing off
speechy speech, and then
it's actually important what he's showing off there. Do you recall?
I believe it's some kind of memory reminder that removes bad memories.
No, it's actually an AR VR type of device that allows him to go inside of his own memory to revisit and replay events of his mom and dad leaving, and he never saying goodbye to his father during that day right before they go and get in a car crash.
It was a brutal car crash.
And this is going to be an important scene to remember when we talk about Spider-Man Far From Home.
We'll remember this then.
And also,
Anyway.
the dean from Community is in this scene.
Oh, I didn't notice that.
Yeah, he's the dean of this college.
It's busy. He got a promotion.
Yeah, somehow. He wasn't good at the first thing.
Community confirmed in the MCU?
I mean, we've already confirmed that because there's Troy and Abed in the MCU. And also, no, that might be it. Everyone who's appeared so far. But yes, continue.
So he shows that off, and then they're like, the United Nations are like, yo, buddy. Yeah. Oh, actually, you know who it is? It's well-known dickhead Thaddeus Ross.
Your favorite. He's back.
Yeah.
But you also, hold
You know
on real
what?
quick. Don't forget about the woman who told Tony that, like, he's the reason her son is dead. And that makes Tony go.
Yeah, I was going to mention that, and you rudely interrupted me. So that's on you.
Sorry. I apologize.
Yeah. Yeah, the lady's like, you killed my son. He was going to be great. To be fair, he did seem like he was on a very good career path. Then a building fell on him.
It's really not his fault for being in Sokovia. I don't know what to tell him.
He could have gone to Paris or Amsterdam, like Tony Stark said, but nope, he went and built houses in Sokovia.
He should have attempted to be saved by Quicksilver, or not Quicksilver. Yeah, is it Quicksilver? What the fuck's that guy's name? I care so little about him that I don't care about his name. I think it's Quicksilver. He should have been saved by Quicksilver and not by Hawkeye.
Yeah.
So
He was. I think you're talking about Pietro Maximoff.
I am talking about the twin.
Yes, Pietro. Petrie.
Petri dish.
Petrie from Land Before Time.
Mm-hmm.
Pterodactyl.
No.
But yeah, then well-known dickhead Thaddeus Ross gives a call to old Tony Stark, ring, and he's like, "Hey guy, you gotta sign these papers." And they're like, "Or what?" And he's like, "Or you retire." And some of them do sign the papers. But Captain's like, "I ain't signing no papers." Probably should have signed the papers.
Well, no, he's lived long enough to know that, and he's, we got to remember his last film was he watched a government agency like try to kill people before they did something bad,
Sure,
including Tony Stark.
You'll get that.
Not just government.
But Captain's like, "I'm not doing it," and neither is Anthony Mackie. He's like, "I'm not signing that.
I'm doing whatever the Cap wants me to do.
I'm loyal to Captain America here because I'm going to be Captain America in the future."
He doesn't know that yet.
Yeah. He's suspecting it. Then, they're signing the Paris Accords, Sokovia Accords. They're signing the Avengers Accords.
The Sokovia Accords?
Yeah, those. Bomb goes off. Boom. Another bomb. They love bombs in buildings.
They're big fans of bombs in buildings. Oh, you forgot to mention who was in there signing some papers.
Oh, it was old Black Panther.
Mr. Black Panther to you. And his son, Black Panther Jr.
Yeah. And then he's like, "Everybody get down!" And bomb goes off, kills his dad. The news is like, "Hey, this might be Buckwald Barnes. We have a picture."
We saw it. It was old Buckwald. It was that guy from that train who should be dead.
Yeah, he should be dead. Not. Should be. Not. Black Panther's like, "I'm gonna kill this guy." And then Captain's like, "Can't let you do that. I'm gonna go break the law." And
I feel like you also forgot Peggy's funeral, but we could just toss that in right here.
Oh yeah, she has a funeral. She dies. That's it.
Yeah, I mean, it's important that she's dead. It makes him sad.
It makes him sad. He might be operating on emotion here.
He is operating on emotion. And the words that Peggy said, never give in to other people's demands. Always stand there and tell them no. Those were her hard-hitting words.
I believe she also said, "Unless you have to."
Yeah, maybe.
Highly theorized.
It's highly alleged.
Highly alleged. But that's where he also finds out that Sharon Carter is his niece.
Well, no, he finds out that it's Peggy's niece. He doesn't know he's gonna bang Peggy yet.
He banged Peggy in the 40s.
No, he didn't. He was saving his dance, and he missed his date.
But anyway, he tracks down Bucky. But so does the Black Panther. And so does the German military police. Yeah. Or is it the army? Military police.
I think it's like military police. It's like the Sokovian Accord people.
Yeah. The German Accord.
Yeah.
The Honda Accords.
Yeah. Well, we'll just refer to it as the Honda Accordions.
The Honda Accordions, yeah. And then they have another little scrap. They do some chasing through the streets.
A very cool fight scene. I like the part where he jumps off the roof and it follows him. And then down comes Black Panther and he's like, I never freeze.
I never freeze.
He doesn't say that in this movie, but it's my favorite line from him in any of his dialogue. Go ahead, continue.
Continue. Okay. And then they get arrested. And Tony tries to get him to sign the Honda Accords again. And he's like, still can't do it. Don't want the pens to get separated, and drops the pens.
Yeah, don't give me the FDR pen.
Pens, yes, very important pens. Teddy Roosevelt's pens.
Yes. Wait, was it Teddy Roosevelt? I thought it was FDR's pens.
Yeah.
I thought it had something to do with World War II, but I could be wrong.
No, that sounds right.
All right. Go ahead.
And then, my train of thought after these pens. Where do they go after that?
Tony says that he's no longer fonduing with Peggy. Or not Peggy. Oh, shit. He's been fucking Peggy-fied. So no wonder there's a civil war. No, he's no longer...
This is what started it all.
He's no longer fonduing with Pepper.
Yeah, he's no longer the salt of the pepper. And then they leave, I believe.
No, well, no. Buchanan Barnes is downstairs.
Right. That guy, what's his name? I wonder if he's in here. The Russian guy, I believe. He's over there trying to kill some.
He's from Sokovia. Excuse you.
Oh, sorry.
That's the whole reason he's doing this, is because his wife and child died in Sokovia.
Yeah, this whole Sokovia business really set up this movie here.
Got out of hand.
Yeah, got out of hand, and he's trying to kill Bucky.
Did you figure out his name?
I did not. He does not have a page.
It's Baron Zemo.
Not Baron Strucker.
Not von Strucker.
Not von Strucker.
Baron Zemo, who did work with old Redhead Schmidt in the comics.
Okay, a fellow employee of Redhead Schmidt.
Yeah, fellow Hydra agent, I believe, but in this, it's not so much.
Yeah, not so much. He also sets off an EMP, which makes it dark. And he retrains Bucky, basically. And then there's another fight. And Black Panther, I think, is trying to kill Bucky again in this.
Well, yeah, why wouldn't he be?
Yeah, because he thinks he killed his dad.
His daddy. Oh, Papa Panther.
Papa Panther. And Captain... this movie could be called Captain America Saves Bucky Barnes 7 times.
I think it might be 8.
Yeah. It's really just different scene. It's the same scene playing out in different venues for most of the movie here.
Yeah, he's just trying to save his old pal Buchanan Barnes.
Yeah. And I think he unbrainwashes Bucky back, and he's like, they're trying to go get the other 5 Winter Soldiers.
Yeah, and don't forget that Anthony Mackie knows a guy that's going to help them.
Oh, he knows a guy.
Yeah, so he basically his whole thing here is he's like, yeah, they figured out that there's more Winter Soldiers in Russia.
Yeah, and Captain America wants to stop that.
Mm-hmm. But he knows that Tony's going to try to stop him because of that battle that just happened, and now they're enemies.
Yes, they're not friends right now.
They're frenemies.
They're frenemies. So they get some new recruits, including Clint,
Warren,
old Hawkeye. He
who's
comes
retired with his wife on the farm and 3 kids.
unretires. And
Because he shot 18, he went golf. He tried golfing and he shot 18 for 18.
I don't see the correlation between archery and golf, but I guess it works.
He's got that 8.
Sure. And then also Scott Lang shows up, and this is at the airport. So now they have to have another little scrap, and this is where we see Spider-Man.
Wait, hold on. You forgot where, Scott Lang has my favorite line of this movie, where he introduces himself to Captain America.
Oh, my favorite line is coming up, but what was yours?
Oh, he says, "Thanks for thinking of me."
Thanks for thinking of me.
I know you know a lot of super people, so thanks for thanking of me.
He also turns to Scarlet Witch and goes, "I know you too. You're pretty cool."
Yeah, I was saying, I think the directors just said, "Go be Paul Rudd."
Yeah,
basically.
I mean that's what they did for Ant-Man, so why not keep that trend up?
Yeah, exactly. Then they have a little scrap in the airport, destroy some planes because they're trying to get the Quinjet so they can go to
the Quinjet. You've watched 2 seasons of S.H.I.E.L.D. It's a Quinjet.
The Quinjet in my heart. Scott Lang gets big. There's Spider-Man now because Tony Stark went and recruited him, said Aunt May's suspiciously good looking, probably did some fun doing.
I like how we just skip over the coolest scene in the movie where he's like, "Oh, I know a guy," and then it pans and it's like Queens, and then you're like, everyone in the theater's like, "This is the Spider-Man moment." And then we are introduced to, for the first time in the Marvel Cinematic Universe. Oh, sorry, I apologize. For the second time in the Marvel Cinematic Universe, we are introduced to Peter Parker.
Tom Holland.
Approximately 7 years after he first met Tony Stark at the old Stark Expo, while everything was exploding around him.
In theory.
Confirmed.
Okay. Scott Lang gets big because he figures out he can grow bigger, and they take him down, and then when he lands on the ground, he's like, "Does anyone have some orange slices?"
Yeah, because when he gets big, he uses a lot of energy.
A lot of energy.
You're another great Scott Lang quote here, because he's got a lot of them, is when he's inside of Tony Stark's suit, and Tony's like, "Who's in my suit?" And he's like, "It's your conscience. I know we haven't spoke much recently."
Yeah.
This whole scene is just great with character moments.
Yeah, it's this is kind of like the iconic scene of the movie, I feel like.
This is like the iconic scene of the MCU.
Yeah. I remember the first time, I think I watched this movie 3 times, today being the third. I think the first time I watched it, I thought it ended after this scene because I fell asleep or something. And then I went back and watched it again in full, and I was like, "Oh wow, there's another 45 minutes."
Yeah, this is the middle of the movie.
But they get the Quinjet, they're flying away. War Machine is flying after them, James Rhodey, and Vision hits him with the old Vision laser, and he goes down to Earth, paralyzes himself, and then Wanda, Scott, and Wanda, Scott, Hawkeye, and Anthony Mackie all get arrested. They go to this weird jail.
Hold on, because you did just bring up a scene that I actually hate now, of War Machine getting hurt. Please remember this scene. About, I don't know, whenever we get to phase 5, we're gonna have a lot to talk about here. We're gonna come back to this scene. We're not gonna be happy about it. We're gonna just say it might be a while before we see James Rhodes again. Anyway, go ahead.
You interrupt my thoughts.
You were talking about the arrestees.
Oh yeah, they get arrested, sent to an underwater SeaWorld prison. Tony Stark's like talking, and like no one wants to really talk to him. They're all mad on him, obviously. Then he shoots off like a UAV EMP or something, and is like, "Hey, tell me where Cap's going. He's gonna need some help. I'll go as a friend."
Yeah.
And so they tell him, and then Captain and old Buckwald Barnes are in the snowy tundra.
Yeah, they're in Russia, old Mother Russia.
Siberia.
Is it Siberia?
Yeah.
Which is part of Russia.
Yeah.
We're
all
But they're also being tailed by a couple of people.
Oh yeah, Black Panther's tailing them, and Tony Stark as well.
Mm-hmm.
Yep. Mm-hmm.
And somebody else is already there.
Oh yeah, Baron von.
Not Von Strucker.
Not Von Strucker. His
Zemo.
cousin. Zemo. Baron Zemo. Zemo Baron.
This may or may not be the last time we see him.
But he shot all the Winter Soldiers when he got there. Everyone thought he was going to wake them up, create a little army.
Mm-hmm. But what he really hates is super soldiers. He doesn't think super soldiers should exist.
Super shoulders.
Try saying it 5 times fast. He doesn't think super soldiers should exist.
Super soldiers.
The whole thing. Super soldiers should exist.
No, that's just unnecessary.
Yeah, so he kills the Winter Soldiers.
Couple bullets to the old noggins, and
reveals his master plan.
That's when he got there, right? In between kind of the final battle here, Tony's like, "I'm here to help you, Cap." Well-known dickhead Thaddeus Ross doesn't know I'm here, otherwise I'd have to arrest myself. And we're like, you're kind of like, "Oh, they're buddies again. This is nice."
He did the right thing. He didn't listen to that old bad boy.
And then Baron Zemo, he plays the video from that fateful night where Buckwald killed Tony's parents.
What the fuck?
Oh,
who would have guessed when we figured out in Winter Soldier when we read the news article about it?
And Tony, not happy, obviously, tries to kill Bucky, and guess who has to come to the rescue again?
Well, he asks Cap. He says, "Did you know about this?" And Cap does not answer because he, in fact, did know about this.
He did know about this. Tony, not happy about this, obviously, starts fighting both of them, and they have a pretty good fight here for a while. Really just beating the piss out of each other.
Yeah, Tony's not holding back. He wants to kill old Buchanan.
Oh yeah, blows off his arm.
And it's not even a phase 2 movie.
I know, it's a phase 3. Blows his arm off. Captain America puts a shield in his heart. That's pretty much the end of their fight.
Well, he's like, "You don't deserve that shield. My dad built that shield." And so he leaves the shield behind.
And then Zemo tries to himself. And Black Panther's like, having none of that. He's like, "I'm not out for revenge anymore."
You're not allowed to take that easy way out. You have to suffer, which is honestly like a fate worse than death.
Yeah. He's like, "You get to go be locked in a glass box for the rest of your life."
Well, not the rest of his life.
A good amount of time.
A couple of years.
Oh, boot tree.
About 5.
That's pretty much, the Avengers are done now. Captain America writes a nice handwritten letter with a cell phone. Said, "If you ever need me, call me.
If you ever need me, that's okay.
Call me,
beat me when you reach me.
If you want to page me, that's okay."
He's turned in his moniker of Captain America for Kim Possible.
Yeah, he's Kim Possible now.
Kim Possible. And so does that make Anthony Mackie unstoppable?
Yes.
Don't forget that also he to deliver that letter was one Mr. Stanley.
Oh, yeah, calls him Tony Stank.
Tony Stank. and some random guy who looks like Rhodey, maybe not even a guy, he might be a girl, laughs and says, "I'm going to be using that one from now on."
I'm going to be using that one from now on.
Also, I forgot to mention another painful scene for me. When Rhodey's in the hospital, he's wearing a hospital gown. I would like you to just remember what that hospital gown looks like. It's going to cause anger in your future.
Okay. And that's pretty much the movie. And then the end credit scene is Tom Holland describing how he got in a fight and got punched by a guy named Steve, and his friend was really big.
Mm-hmm. That's true. It was Ant-Man.
Yeah.
And he uses his spider gauntlet.
Yeah. He goes, zzz, and it's on the ceiling there.
Perfect. That was the first end credit scene, and the second end credit scene?
I only saw one.
The second end credit scene ends with I had it and then I drew a blank. It is Captain America is in Wakanda talking to old Black Panther there, who's putting Buchanan Barnes under the ice and says, "We're gonna take care of this guy."
I didn't see that one, and I surfed through all the credits and it wasn't there.
You missed it.
Must have.
But yeah, that's it. That was Captain America: Civil War, and now it is time for the fun facts.
Okay.
Fun fact number 1. The hero Merc in the opening scene, the one holding the vial, is played by none other than Damon Poitier. Do you know who Damon Poitier originally played in the MCU?
No.
He was the first actor for Thanos in the original Avengers movie.
Oh.
He gets a little drop here.
They're like, hey, you're no longer Thanos, but you can be in this movie as a henchman.
All right. Fun fact number 2. Falcon's drone is named Redwing. This is a nod to Falcon's pet from the comics, Redwing, the Falcon. A real live Falcon in the comics.
It would have been cool if you had a real life Falcon in the movie.
Yeah, see, I feel like that budget was... I feel like it doesn't make any sense, and B, the budget for an eagle to be trained and fly around Anthony Mackie just wasn't there.
Or CGI it, you know.
Well, no. That's why they used a real drone and not a CGI drone, of course.
Maybe the Falcon died.
Fun fact 3. The last of the keywords to control Bucky is freight car. This is a callback to how Bucky died.
Highly theorized that's how he died.
Yeah, I mean, it's highly true that that's how he fell out and became the Winter Soldier.
Yeah, exactly.
Number 5. The actress who plays Miriam may look familiar to you. The woman who confronts Tony about her son being dead.
She did look familiar.
Who did she play in the Defender saga?
Mariah.
That is correct. She played Mariah Dillard in Luke Cage.
Aha.
Look at you remembering stuff from the Defenders. I think that was your favorite. That was your favorite class so far. Your favorite semester.
Dude, obviously.
You aced the quiz. You remember the actors. You're doing too good. You loved it. We'll go back to the Defenders as soon as you want.
Oh my gosh, absolutely not.
Okay. Fun fact number 6. The cell Bucky is locked in is labeled D23. This is also the name of the Disney Media Conference, D23.
Oh.
The more you know. Number 7?
I think it's like 5.
No, we already passed 5. That one was at least 6.
Okay.
The Bluth family staircase from Arrested Development is in the background of the airport scene. This nods to the Russo brothers' work on Arrested Development.
That's funny.
Arrested Development confirmed in the MCU?
Oh, yeah. We got a confirmation.
Number 8.
Banana stand.
The what? Oh, I think the staircase, the stair car made more sense in the airport.
You could have a banana stand on the runway.
Number 8. Scott riding Hawkeye's arrow is a nod to the comic book cover of Avengers 223, where Scott is riding Hawkeye's arrow. Number 9. The Captain America Iron Man face-off when Cap blocks Tony's lasers with his shield is a recreation of the cover of Civil War Part 7 comic book.
Oh.
They did a couple of recreations in here.
Yes, I see this now.
But they didn't actually follow the Civil War comic that well.
No, I've read it. Yeah, they didn't.
You didn't read it.
I didn't.
There's no need to just straight lie.
Gaslighting.
Right, that is it for fun facts, and we're going to end this episode with some old, good little connections.
Well, I think we have one other thing to do after the connections, but
What is it?
we'd have to rank the movie.
Oh, right, I forgot about that part.
Yeah.
Did we ever rank Defenders? I don't think we ranked Defenders. We definitely did rank Defenders. I just finished editing that episode yesterday, and I don't remember the rank.
Oh, boy.
So we'll do that real quick, too. Connection number 1. Captain America has the sketch of a monkey he drew in First Avenger on his desk. You remember the circus monkey he drew?
I do.
That was dressed as him because he was the circus monkey? Senator Ross asks where the strongest Avengers Hulk and Thor are. They are busy, in space. More on that later.
I'm sure we'll find out where they are.
Yeah, we'll get there when we get there. Helmut Zemo is able to find the Hydra agent because of the info Black Widow leaked 2 years previously in Winter Soldier when she leaked all the information Hydra and S.H.I.E.L.D. were keeping from the public.
We probably should have talked about that in the telling of the story.
Well, it's fine. We talked about it here. It's so, and everybody watches the full episodes of these shows, so there's no need to worry.
Right? If you don't watch full episodes, you don't get all the information.
Exactly. We have to leave nuggets of information for the end.
Yeah, we're trying here, folks.
All right, next connection. James. I spell Rhodes with a W. James Rhodes, Mark III suit, has Iron Man head for every Ultron bot he killed in Age of Ultron. It's marked on his suit. James Woods' suit.
Sick.
Yeah, it's like an old military thing. During the airport fight scene, Cap's costume is missing the Avengers logo as he has removed himself from the affiliation. Cap's conversation with Spider-Man about what borough they're from in New York mirrors Cap's conversation with Erskine when they first meet, because Erskine was also from Queens.
These New Yorkers.
The sonic cannons in Wodie's suit is the same tech of the trucks that were sent after Hulk in Incredible Hulk.
I forgot.
You remember those big sonic cannons?
Nope.
They've now shrunk them and they're using them in Rhodes' technology because Rhodes, he reports pretty much to old Thaddeus there.
I forgot everything about that movie.
Next connection. Steve learned of Howard's murder when Arnim Zola revealed Hydra. Cap says his "I can do this all day" catchphrase.
I can do this all day.
And it will never, ever, ever get old.
It's second to I'm ready for round 3.
Are you ready for round all day? Bucky is dropped off in Wakanda. And Peter plays with his new Spidey wristwatch.
Oh, yeah. It's like a Fitbit, but better.
It's a spider bit.
Spider bit.
Because he got bit by that spider.
Yeah.
All right. And that's it. That is your MCU episode, Marvel Cinematic University episode about Captain America Civil War. And for next week, your homework is going to be to watch I don't think that's right. I meant to look this up before, but I forgot. Okay, yes. So your homework for next week is to watch Doctor Strange.
I'll try my best.
It's a good one. He does some weird magic stuff with his hands. And you can catch that episode next Thursday at 3:00, like you can every episode. And if you want to make sure you're notified when that episode drops, you should drop a follow, a subscribe, a favorite, depending on what app you're on. If you're on Spotify, I believe it's just add to playlists. If you're on YouTube, it's a nice little bell that you can hit. All the other stuff you can do. You can also see us in video on YouTube. I don't think I ever mentioned that. If you're listening to a podcast, we're in video form as well. You can catch us on all the platforms, and you can follow us at AJ Slabs is my name, and Juicy Snake 12 is your name. You can also do all the things with all the stuff. But don't forget to buy our merch because it's pretty cool. We got some blendies, we got some round 3 merch, we got some new stuff coming possibly if we come up with funnier jokes. And but yeah, see you next week.
Yeah, see you next week.